Welcome to Unjustified, where we always cover the truth, the facts, the good, the bad, the ugly, on an unbiased and sometimes very unpopular opinion. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the notification bell, and that way you will receive all of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for being here, and we do hope you enjoy today's video. Welcome, everyone. We have a new member tonight, the antagonist. Welcome to Team Unjustified. Thank you so much for the extra support. We truly appreciate it very much. Glad to see you all in here tonight. I see we got a good many. I'm not going to call each other out by name because we're not going to be here that long tonight. However, me and Dave was talking earlier, and we do feel like that since we've been getting some comments and where's What's Wednesday? What's going on with What's Wednesday? We wanted to come up and be able to tell you guys a little bit of what's going on. Can't get into too much detail on things because there's really some issues out there right now.
A lot of issues.
Yeah. Dave has also invited TJ to come up as well, and maybe she will be able to show up, but we got to keep in mind it is like 4 a.m.
Well, it's 7 hours difference.
Yeah, so hopefully she'll get to join us. I also sent Megan a link if she wants to join us as well. I know a lot of you in the comments were asking about her and really like to hear from Megan, so I did send her an invite. So I guess we can just get right into it. We've been getting a lot of comments, not only on the channel, but in the Facebook groups that Dave runs. He has his own Facebook group actually as well, and he has been more than considerate with some of these people that are attacking. There's been attacks on the channel, the group, and it's just completely uncalled for. I mean, we have been called liars. We have been called, gosh, Dave, what all have we been called?
Well, your two videos on the budget or their lack of with Shanann and Chris, every time I put them inside like the Facebook group or try to even share them with any watch group, period, right away it gets taken down and reported for nudity. There's no nudity in there. And
Right.
the last time they did it, I think it was 3 weeks ago, and I was actually suspended for 30 days. And then I went in and I put an appeal, and it took a day and a half later, but they put me back into the Facebook group. And it sucks because I'm admin for 10 different groups in there. And it's like I'm answering probably 300 notifications a day, as long as I'm not posting too much stuff. So, and it's like it won't even allow me to answer in a comment or nothing. So these people that go in there and just report for the heck of it, everything that we do show and talk about, it's there. It's in black and white or in a video, so you can actually hear the audio, see the video. If it's our opinion, we say it's our opinion, and that's all there is to it.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, we are not going to bring you guys anything ever that's going to say, okay, this is fact when it's not. Like if it's fact, we'll show you it's fact, and honestly, if it's our theory, we'll tell you it's our theory or our opinion.
If we actually talked about what we actually know, but for the respect of like the Rusiks and the Watts, it's really not our place to talk about. It's for them to make public, not us. So, no, it would turn everything upside down. And yeah, I would probably lose the Facebook groups and your channel and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Just for stating the truth, so we're not going to do that.
Has there been anything new on the case, and does anyone know what prison Chris is at? To my knowledge,
he's still in Dodge.
Yeah, legal records. There's been nothing new on the case, no. What prison is Chris at? Well, we assume Dodge, right, Dave? But there again, there's no proof he's in any prison as
That's
far
right.
as legal dockets and rosters, but we assume that's where he's at, because well, that's all we got to go on. And I'm not saying he's not in any prison. I'm just saying he can't be found on a roster. But
They did that on purpose too, because too many women were sending photos and crap, and and it just got to the point where he was getting bags and bags of fan mail. So they took him off the roster.
which is so unusual because, I mean, think about Scott Peterson. And,
That's right.
I mean, of course, he was getting tons of this same kind of crazy email too from these women that who knows why they do it. But he stayed on the roster. So, with him not being on the roster, you can look at it however you want to. Like Dave says, that's a high likely, as well as, I mean, you can even go with Megan's theory. He's not even anywhere. But there again, that is your own choice. What we have to say is he is in Dodge because that is what is given to us, right? I mean, that's all I know how to say it.
Yeah, that's one thing too with Scott Peterson's discovery. He didn't have a bunch of fan mail in his discovery, but
What
yet
is this? Oh my goodness.
it's an Aussie dollar. Thank you very much, Granny's watching.
Yeah,
But
just go ahead and delete that, Dave. I don't know if you looked at that.
I can't.
Okay. Yeah, some mod out there, go ahead and ban that member, please. That picture. Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hi, Nelly. How are you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are y'all?
It's good to see you, sweetheart.
Good
Haven't
to
talked
see
to you.
y'all too. I know. Sorry I was late.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We just now got started anyway. All the comments and all the attacks Dave's been getting. This whole case has just gotten crazy. And I have to personally say I believe that a lot of that has came out from speaking with Ronnie and Cindy and them talking. I think that has brought out a lot of how do I say it? Hatred from the other side. That's the only way I know to say it. Of course, that's what I think. I don't know, but it's gotten very bad. There for a while, it kind of eased up, but now it's came back with a vengeance. I've been getting comments saying that I'm victim blaming. That's something I would never do.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's gotten very bad. We've been reported for nudity on a spending our unleashed spending video. Dave has been catching all kinds of hell on Facebook for just showing the facts. I mean, the truth. I mean, it's not like we're making it up, right? But we're catching hell for it.
Oh my gosh. I go out of town for 2 weeks and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've been completely busy, over the top. Dave's had things going on. I mean, we've all three just been
Yes. It's been
crazy
one thing after
busy.
another.
Yeah, and I try to get on here and look at the comments, but some of them are just they're bad. I mean, they're bad, attacking. Of course we block them, but at the same time, it's just, and people says, don't worry about it. Don't even think about it. Don't let it bother you. Well, it does. It does when we spend so much damn time getting all this together, to show we're not putting out fake stuff or conspiracies, but we're still being called conspiracy theorists. Oh, come on.
Well, the one you did for their spending habits, it took 2 weeks to get, to actually research everything, and there was so much stuff there. We had to do it in 2 different lives, So that's a lot of time consuming, other than what do you want your daily routine, your daily life, And it's for them to go and just deliberately try to sabotage you is crazy.
It is. And I've always said there is a lot to learn from this case. There truly is. But at the same time, how can you learn a damn thing about the dynamics and what led up to what happened right here? You know, regardless of our own theories, there's a lot to learn from this case. Period.
Right.
You know, and just throw all the theories out the window. If you look at the facts of this case, as I say, there's a lot to learn. And I see it being a very good case. And colleges do use this case. I assure you of that.
My niece's high school did it.
Exactly. Exactly. So did my granddaughters. They used this case. And they used this case in victimology.
Yep.
So see, there is things that adds up. Now, am I sitting here saying Chris is innocent? Hell no,
No.
he's not. I've even had people tell me, "Are you in love with Chris? Do you write him love letters? Are you kidding me?
Ew.
Really? Chris is where the hell he needs to be."
Well, I get the same thing too. Like people accusing me of, how would you put it, that I was in love with Shanann, and then all of a sudden,
Oh
here I
yeah, I
am
was a
throwing
shiner
her in
too.
the gutter,
Yeah, I
and
was
then
a
they want to
shiner
know
for
what changed, and I
years.
said the truth
Yeah, I
because
was called
they
that for years.
lied to us from day one.
Yeah, for years, I was called a shiner. Oh, you're a shiner. What the hell's a shiner? And then when I figured out what a shiner was, I was like, wait a minute, no. I'm building this case. I'm building this case from top to bottom. I will get to whatever it is with the victimology, but right now I'm going through the criminology first. Then we'll go through the victimology, and then we're going to try to put all this together and figure out what in the hell happened that caused this. That's what I was doing. So at one point during my criminology, I was a shiner. But when then I went into the victimology, I'm a damn victim basher. Come on. No, I'm not. I'm unbiased and I want to see how his mind works, right? What caused this? And no, I'm not going to say that it was all because he wanted a new life with Nicole. No, I think he did. I definitely think he wanted a new life with Nicole. But even if he wanted a new life with Nicole, something added up to him wanting that new life with her, right?
And he could have had a new life without killing them. He could
Exactly.
have just
But he
freaking
didn't.
walked away.
Right. But see, I think Chris, being the guy he is, or the what the hell ever he is, he didn't have nerve or balls enough to confront, right? He found it easier since he couldn't just run from the situation because he had children, that he was responsible for. Instead of just running, he thought the best thing to do was get rid of it, right?
Well,
That's
if you
what
go
I think.
back to that too, it looks like he had planned this for at least a month ahead of time, possibly 2 months, and that there had a lot to do with Troy McCoy telling him about 319, that everything's going to be discarded, and they're just going to let it more or less sit there, right? But if you start listening to Chris as he's talking, like actually talking through the interviews and that, he is
Mhm.
telling a lot of truths. And I was really hoping that TJ was going to show up. Her documentary, it's going to be nothing but facts, so there's not going to be any opinions there. So everything that's going to be there is actually black and white or in color. So, and with her going through everything, she hasn't been online for a while, but she actually found a bunch more stuff. So I'm not going to share nothing. So
Right.
it's just that she might even be late. Like she wanted to have this all ready to go on the 10th, but they had found some more stuff. And like this is important stuff. It's not just stuff that you just add in. It's actually video. So stuff we've never seen before. So I can't wait.
Oh
So
yeah, I'm excited about it. Very excited about it. But I guess she's got to, she's got to do what she's got to do. And didn't you say she had to postpone it? Maybe I don't know.
yes.
Yeah. See, I get it. I get it. Thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate your support. Um,
You
very
know,
much.
even with NK talking to Chris and telling him what it's going to cost him for a divorce, and that he would have to buy another car and uh, get his own place, buy all new furniture, like alimony, everything. Once he started adding all that stuff up in his head,
Mm-hmm.
it was probably better to get rid of everybody, because then he didn't have anything he had to pay out. So
Yeah, but I mean, I here's the thing. I'll talk about this in just a minute. Let me get to Ashley's. He could have run away. He could have signed his rights over, walked away, never looked back. Amen, girl. Amen. Yeah, he could have. He could have, but he didn't have the nerve. He was not a person of confrontation. Have you anything we know about Chris? We have never saw anywhere where there was any sort of confrontation. Was there? He always just avoided it, right? Like a damn plague.
TJ just messaged
Thank
me.
you so
Said
much, Valerie. I appreciate it, sweetheart, very much so.
TJ's grabbing a coffee and she'll be right up.
Great, great, great. Okay, let me run this real quick by everyone. I want to do a video. I don't know how long or how short, but I think it will be very interesting. I want all of you guys, if you can, and everyone listening, to take a voice recorder of some sort and just talk and tell me what your theories are, okay? And I want you to keep it respectful and follow it with the evidence, okay? No matter what your theory is, okay? As long as it follows the evidence, I want to hear it. Okay, you don't got to send me a video of your face or anything like that. Just send me these voice clips of you telling me if you'd rather your name not be, that's okay. I won't put your name there. But I'm going to make a video of all of the theories from Team Unjustified that wants to send them in. And of course, the closing theories will be mine, Dave's, and Nelly's. Okay. I think that would be a fantastic video, all compiled together, and it'll give you many things to think about. What do y'all think about that? Do you think that would be something that would be
Sounds
cool?
good to me. I
Yeah,
don't think I could actually say my whole 10 cents worth. So
please do, Dave. As long as it follows the damn evidence.
it does. It's just that there's a lot
I
of
know
stuff
it.
there.
I
It's
know it
black and
does.
white, but you can't actually prove it. Like the very first day with NA going in the house.
Right.
Everything points towards she did. Even her talking in the driveway, saying she had to get Shanann's purse inside the house. And then you have Nate there saying, yeah, they were here banging on the doors and the windows and nobody answered the door.
Yeah.
So
See? But it follows the evidence, Dave. So please
it
do.
does.
I mean, start your theory wherever you want to start it, all of you, and then end it wherever you want to end it. Just give it to us. And if you had rather me not put your name in the video, that this is your theory, then I won't. But if you have no problem with it, say, hell yeah, this is my theory, and I'll put your name there in the video. Send your voice recordings to my email. Let me put it up here, because right here. Send your voice recordings here, okay? And I will put them in this video. I'm gonna drop this video probably the first week of July. So it's gonna give you about a month to get it to me. But the quicker you can get it to me, the better, so I can go ahead and start putting it together. Because I do believe this is going to be a very interesting video. I really do. I think I'm excited to listen to it myself. So what do you think, Nelly? You think that's a good idea?
Oh, I think it's a great idea.
We could put all of our theories together in our minds, the puzzle together. Who knows? That, hey, that's what you do in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. You get 8-10 investigators together. They're all talking about it, throwing their theories on the table, and that's how they come up when you got circumstantial evidence, which is all the hell we got here, I'm just saying, right? The deadline, I'm just, I'm going to try to drop the video. I'm going to stop it in July. Let's just say July the 1st. I'll stop taking the voice recordings. If you want to make a video, you can. Like if you want to just do it up on your, with your face showing, that's fine too. But if you would just rather do it voice, that's okay. And if again, let me know if you want your name put in there. If not, I will just put Team Unjustified member, and I won't put your
And
name.
if somebody doesn't want to record their voice or whatever, and you'd rather type it out, type it and email it, and one of us will read it for you.
That's true. Good thing. Good thinking, Nelly. True enough. Yeah, if you don't want to voice record it, just type it all up and email it to us. That's a good idea, Nelly.
One thing too, their opinions might change once I see TJ's documentary.
That's a possibility. Does she know yet when she's going to have it out?
No, hopefully, well, when she gets her coffee, and like, there's no promises because when you stumble across something, you don't know how long it's going to take. And one thing with her is the editing. So
Yes, gathering. Very well said. Absolutely. It has to be reality. And yeah. I mean, I agree. Let's make sure it follows the evidence.
yeah, no tinfoil hats.
Absolutely not. No, just keep it respectful. Just, adulted, just like you would if you were sitting around in an investigation room talking to other investigators, following the evidence, which obviously was not done in this case, in my opinion. I can't stand it when people's like, oh, this case was thoroughly investigated and so was completely ruled out. One, nobody was really ruled out, okay? Really, they weren't. Like, who was cleared in this case? They only investigated one person. They were investigating more, but that shut down. And I'm talking about from the very beginning, it was only Chris they were looking at. But then they had NK. And I can say that very comfortably because it says that in the discovery. They had her house stalked out. So.
Yeah, you go from day one where you have NA and you have Sandy, they're lying right from the get-go. And then by day 3, then you have law enforcement lying. And it's like, that's what bothered me the most, I guess, with Chris's confession is that night when, well, he said, I did to her what she did to the girls. And it was Lee that said strangle, right? So then you have Lee leaving the police station, going on Facebook with her husband, saying that Chris confessed to killing them all. Okay.
Exactly.
And then I felt really, really, really bad because I heard like the following day that Frankie was on saying that, yeah, we found out as a family on the news that they were all dead. Like they didn't get a courtesy phone call or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
yet,
did.
that's a lie.
It's not
Because
true.
12:08, here he is. This is when Chris is getting booked. Here he is posting on Facebook saying that he killed his whole family.
Mm-hmm.
So the only one that could have done that was a good old Tammy Lee, um, you know, um, going and telling either Sandy or Frankie, So
Yeah. Becky says, I followed true crime since I was a teenager, and this case was not a good investigation. Well, I can say professionally, as a licensed investigator, this was not a thorough investigation whatsoever.
Well, in a sense, it was to the FBI because the FBI, they did their thing, and then more or less because of Lee going ahead and boring out everything that they told her, then they stopped contact with CBI and more or less put everything behind closed doors. So FBI doesn't have to close anything or release anything, so it's there and nobody else gets to share it. So I really believe that they know exactly what happened, and so does Rourke. It just because the CBI blabbing, as in Tammy Lee, they ended up doing an alternative narrative that the public could see, and that's more or less protecting the people that are in behind the scenes, like NA and Sandy. And it's not saying that they actually were involved in the murders. It's just that they were lying from the start. And why were they lying other than going in the house, taking the purse, taking the cell phone? It just does not make any sense whatsoever. And like, why lie saying, well, I didn't talk to NA until the afternoon, but yet how in the heck would Sandy know to call Primrose at 8:30 saying, are the girls there? The only one that would know that would be NA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's yeah, that's what we wanted to come on here for tonight, y'all, is just to let you know that hopefully TJ will be here in a minute, and she wants to talk about her documentary with you guys. I also invited Megan, sometimes she's on late at night, and answer any of your questions, and just let you know, we are not victim blamers.
Not at all. Honest to God, I used to block
people. It pisses me off horribly to hear that. It just really, it's like, what in the hell?
We have never once said anything bad about her. We've said that she does things different than she did things different than we would have done.
Yeah.
And that we may not have been friends with her in our day-to-day lives, but we have never said anything bad or blamed her. She didn't do anything that deserved for her to die. Nobody deserves to be murdered.
I mean, the way that it was just, it was wrong. I mean, she did not deserve that. No, she didn't. Now, I'll be honest with you. Hate on me if you will, but I personally wouldn't have chilled with Shanann. She's not my kind of person, right?
No.
I mean, I wouldn't have hated on her, and I wouldn't have I would just avoided her. That would have been my thing with her, right? She's just not my kind of person. Now, I have to be honest, don't give a damn who gets mad, but I would have had an issue with the way things were done with the kids. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but she was an acorn.
That's me. What now?
She was an acorn. The acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. Because
it was
said that Sandy used to take her from doctor to doctor. She was always sick when she was little. She even took her to a brain surgeon because she was having headaches. And then if you look at the text messages and that with Shanann and Sandy, they're both going back and forth on what ailment they have or what doctor they should go to next.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why Shanann was always taking them to the emergency or a walk-in clinic instead of having an actual family doctor, because everything is recorded, so and when you go to Emerge, usually they hand out free samples of different drugs and stuff, try this, try that, whatever, and that's probably why she had all them bins full of, or them totes, I should say, full of different prescriptions and stuff.
Yeah, I know back in the day they did. Now, this has been back in the day. They would with the samples now. They don't do that no more. I mean,
really?
Because it was, oh God, no.
They still give samples here in Emerge, but not at the doctor's office.
Yeah, they don't do that here now because there was a big crackdown on that, for good reasons, actually.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, but learned behavior is a thing. And it just is. I mean, you've heard the old saying, children live what they learn. And in so many, I'm gonna go as far as saying 90 to 95%, that is proven to be fact. Okay. And when you want to talk about learned behavior, you can step it up a notch, in my opinion, if you want to go that route, okay, with the theories and things like that. You can step it up just another notch as well, because Miss Rusick also talked about her mother always having to take her to doctors when she was little, and she was very sickly and had all these issues. And so, yeah. So I'm not saying that, it. Look, I'm just going to stop right there, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yes.
Learned behavior is real, and in 95% of the cases, 90 to 95, yeah, as you say, the apple doesn't fall far. However, there is people that break cycles, but I mean, I'm just saying.
But usually when they break cycles, is because they get out of that environment too, though.
Exactly. Exactly.
So. And
Welcome,
it's like,
TJ.
Hi, TJ.
Hi. Good morning,
you
everybody.
just woke
Good
up.
morning.
I had a little midnight nap after Dave told me, "Oh, do you want to come on, Kimberly? She's going live." And I'm like, "Dude, that's 4:00 in the morning for me."
Yeah.
But thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I was telling Dave we needed to get on here and let some of the subs know, hey, where is everyone? And just tell them, look, we're been attacked pretty much from every angle. And TJ's even having to postpone her documentary, and hopefully she can come on and talk to you guys. And here she is, everyone. Say hi to TJ.
Hi.
So TJ, we're looking very forward to this documentary, hon. Really forward to it. I just can't wait to see it. But I understand you got to hold back for a few.
Thing is, yeah, I'm working with Don on this. He does my all the video enhancements and all that stuff, right? And well, he was a little bit stressed in his private life, and I was too, to be honest. I wasn't live. I don't know what's going on YouTube at the moment. I'm not watching any videos, so I'm totally out of the loop. But yeah, normally Don sends me a message, if he wants to contact me, and the message always goes, "Are you available?" Right? So this time he called me like right away. We've been going through all the discovery files again, all the footage again, and he calls me and he says, "I need to talk to you about something." And I'm like, "What?" And he said, "I found something." And then he showed me something, and that does, I know it probably does disappoint you guys, but he found something, and I have to change the ending.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Oh my.
basically,
Oh, wow. Is this something that we've already saw, or I don't know. Is it something that was under our nose, or is it something that was
Under the
hidden?
nose.
it was under
Really?
the nose, yeah. But you guys, I'm not convinced easy. Yeah.
Oh, me too,
And
girl. Me too.
I have to look for myself. I have to dig in, and then I form my opinion.
Same.
But I didn't want this to be true. Let's put it this way.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm like, oh my God, that changes my whole opinion on that case. I mean, not on the case in general, but on my conclusion of the case that I had imprinted in my mind. And when I went live all the time, I never gave my followers or the people, who watch me and who watch other channels, I never gave them a real conclusion, because in the background I was still working on things, right? So
Right.
I didn't
Same.
have an ending or a conclusion about the whole case, but now I think I do. Yeah.
Really? See, I
Yeah.
have two theories. I can't wait to see what you got and see if it
I
goes
know.
with.
I'm excited.
I know. See if it goes with one of my theories.
I cannot tell you how long it will be, because important to me that the viewers, my subscribers, see, and I want them, when they finished watching the documentary, I want people to say, okay, I understand, I know. And that is my main goal.
Wow.
And that's to
Wow.
enhance that stuff. And I said to him, how long will you take? And he said, like, what if I do it with, is that me? That was weird noise? Is that on my end?
Oh, I don't hear anything.
I
Look,
hear
I
I
it.
don't
don't hear
hear it.
anything.
It's
There's
like
a glitch every once in a while, but it's fine right now.
oh, okay. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, he needs a little bit time to enhance it. I mean, yeah, it's probably a bit disappointing. I was looking forward to it as well. But yeah, I cannot say if it's in a week, if it's in 2 weeks. I cannot say it, but in the end, it's going to be good.
Doesn't matter to me. I will still look forward to watching it, and I'll wait as long as I have to.
Oh, that's nice to say.
Same here. I'm very excited about it. We're gonna make a video with Team Unjustified theories. So you should send yours in, and I can put it in the video as well. It's not going to come out till next month, but
What do you mean? A video with theories?
yes, I'm just going to compile all the theories together. Team
Subscribers.
Unjustified, yeah, subscribers are going to be sending me voice messages or typed up theories, and we're going to put them all in one video. But of course, they got to follow the evidence and be respectful, all that kind of thing. But I think one big video of all of the theories combined could open a lot of doors and thought-provoking things, right?
That's a brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
That's what I was thinking about, because my theory is, well, I mean, my theory is not like Dave's, right? So, but at the same time, you could put mine and Dave's together and come up with, you know what I mean? You could come up
Yeah.
with something completely original, right?
Everybody throws a little bit in the pot, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
And
I
we
know
all catch different things that someone else didn't see or didn't read. There's
absolutely
always some tidbit of information that somebody missed,
right.
but somebody
Right.
else caught it, and then we're like, oh, wow.
One
Like, I'm
thing
pretty
about
sure TJ's is going to be like oh, holy hell, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think it'll be great.
I don't know if it changes people's opinions or the view on things, but it certainly did mine. So, yeah.
one
I
thing
don't know.
about TJ's video though, with Don doing the work on it, he has the same program as law enforcement does.
He's
So
working for law enforcement, so.
yes, so he can tell if anything's been added or spliced and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing been done to that video whatsoever.
No.
So if you look at it in one sense where we've actually seen the video and didn't see what's actually there, is it because of Nate's camera is grainy, or was it because law enforcement muddied up the film so you couldn't actually see what was actually going on?
It was Nate's camera, though, yeah.
See, the only reason
Yeah,
why I
but on
think
our
that,
Xfinity thing, ours is crystal clear. And if you were watching it whenever they did it on his TV, like when they had that video cam, it was not as grainy as that
Yeah,
when they
mine's
were watching it.
mine's very
That
clear.
they had to have done something to it to make it look so grainy.
The thing is, I can simply explain why you see it more grainy than it is in the original footage. Let's say you do a screenshot and you send it all over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Or you do a video, that
True.
away from the quality. And the same happened to that footage. They put the footage from the stick, and that's the first stage where footage gets grainy. And he has a pretty bad camera too. He only has 10 frames per second. I mean, an old phone is better than that.
that's right.
That's true.
And then 3 seconds delay in between. So
See, the only reason I was bringing that up is because of your finding that you found with law enforcement when they went and dubbed out the audio
yeah,
inside the interview with Chris.
yeah,
And if it wasn't for that other CBI agent, you wouldn't have known that they were actually still talking. But yet they went and blurred their mouth so you couldn't see it, and they actually muted their voices so that you couldn't hear what was being said. So you got to
and
wonder how many times they did that during the interviews that they showed us.
yeah,
Our
yeah.
cameras are good cameras. Um, they pick up right away. They record for, you can set it for how long. We just do like 10 seconds so that way we can see and like we can talk back to them, and it's, it's like in real time. There's no delay.
See, with his is 2018 is when it took place. So who
Yeah,
knows how
true.
old Nate's cameras, well, his girlfriend's cameras were. We don't know.
Maybe he had a camera as well that's not compatible with the system. Some people do brilliant surveillance, motion sensors and stuff, and then they try to save money on the actual camera.
Yeah.
Right.
So could be
Yeah,
the
and that's what you can't do. Unfortunately, if you want it, you got to get good cameras. Ours records our
Definitely.
entire backyard. I had to turn it off because I have like a stray cat hospital underneath my deck, I guess. They come and have their babies and leave.
Aw.
Well, I also have possums and raccoons back there. Well, I guess the mama cat had a kitten and left it. So the night before last, there was all kinds of running going on the back porch because I couldn't sleep because I had chemo that day. So I couldn't sleep very well. And all I heard was paws pounding on the porch and going from side to side. So I looked on the camera, there was a raccoon with a baby kitten on its back, and it was
Oh,
running back and forth on
Wow.
my porch.
wow.
It's so weird. And then it let the kitten down, and then when it was ready to go, it got down on the ground and made a noise, and the kitten got back on his back and they took off.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness, girl. Did you get
yeah.
a picture of that?
I'll have to send you the video. It's so funny. I was like,
Yeah.
what in the world?
God.
A good night
Yeah.
owl got a question there, and one of the biggest things you have to think about is their narrative. They only shared with us what they had to in order to get that plea agreement to get Chris to sign it.
Well, we only
So,
have the prosecution. We'll never have the defense,
oh
obviously.
no, no,
Um,
it's
I
like
mean,
with
when
Sunday.
when we can get this much out of the prosecution, come on. Can you imagine what the hell the defense had?
No kidding. Like Sunday, they didn't give us anything about Chris's phone until TJ was at 9 o'clock. After 9 o'clock.
9 p.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
So
me
what
just
did he
pull,
do between?
I gotta pull up YouTube because I don't see any comments when I'm on the panel.
Oh, really? Yeah. You go to at the bottom there. It says chat,
Chat.
Does it say?
or you can go to more.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, I'm
I mean,
so
there's,
rarely on panel.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
Nate,
Got it now.
Nate absolutely had more footage. It was even in the discovery that he gave them, oh goodness, I can't remember, 3 or 4 more videos of the lady going in. They call September lady.
Yeah.
So we know they got those. The thing is, it was told, I believe it was by Sandy Rusek, that it was part of Chris's defense team.
Yeah. It's garbage.
Absolutely, positively not true. One, and this is the reasons why you would have to prove to me that was his prosecution team, because the material that she's throwing out there saying that it was his team does not fit at all. Reason being, one, it was September. The case was closed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Case was closed. The house was already cleared, right? Number two, if it was Chris's defense team, it looks to me like the discovery would not have left that big open, who the hell was this? They would have said, just like they did on many other things, update. It was found this was his defense team. Okay? Because they were told before they go into that house, they had to let them know.
Yeah.
Just like when they had all those people, all the cops going to the house when they called, somebody's in there, we don't know who it is, they're wearing a suit, blah, 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 remember? And when they went in there, the defense team was like, we let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so they have to let them know before they enter that home. Okay.
Yeah.
Why would she have drove up and down the road, 3 or 4 times slowly in this black SUV before she got out of it, only her, and walked to the door and was never seen leaving? Now, see, all of that considering, there's no way, in my opinion, that could be any member of any defense team. So who in the hell was September Lady? They know because they got the damn video.
Yeah.
And it also says in the discovery, they watched her walk up and never leave. They watched the black SUV, period.
Yeah,
they never said it was no damn defense team. So it wasn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all.
No, I don't want to.
If you go
Sorry.
back to that with Nate in the driveway talking to the cops, he's actually telling them or asking them
Yeah,
if
I
they're
have
done
her
with
on
his
camera.
video, because
Uh-huh.
he gave them the password so they could do anything they wanted with his video.
Exactly. You see that in body cam when that September girl approached the house or went into the house, and Officer Lyons approached Nate and he says, well, I have her on camera. And I tried to get that footage. I requested it from Weld County. And they said, they emailed me back actually saying, yeah, we would
Not
give
in the
it.
public's best interest.
We would give it to you, but we don't have it. they
I'll
they
say
don't have it.
that's not. They told me it wasn't in the public's interest.
Yeah, those emails I get regularly.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Nate, they didn't ask for that footage. But what's weird to me is that the Rusek family saw that footage and they saw her going in because Nate said so. He said he showed the mom, I believe, the footage, and she said call the cops. So
exactly, yeah. But now it's the defense team? No, I don't buy it.
no.
Not for 5 seconds. If it was, it would have been clarified in the discovery.
It's 7 p.m. the defense team. No way. I don't
No, and why don't we have video of all these cops going to it just wasn't.
I want to see Sandy's interview.
Well, yeah, she was a witness, and so was what was her name? Shit, Taylor.
Well,
Taylor
with Sandy, it says right in the discovery that some sergeant had talked to her, and that he put in a supplement adding her information to it.
Yes, but
we didn't get her interview. We just got the piece of paper saying the supplement that has her information on it.
Yeah, exactly. And Taylor, like, people want to disregard her, right? That's ridiculous. She had been their nanny for a couple of years. Like, she knew this family very well behind closed doors, right? She was one of the first, 5 witnesses?
Yeah.
Hell, she was, one of the first 3 or something on this whole list here. So she was very important to get into the dynamics of everything. She's not there.
Yeah, Kim, but this is what they didn't want to hear. They didn't want to hear about the dynamics they had before in their marriage or in their relationship, and not the dynamics they had with the Watts or with the Rusek family. This is stuff they did not want to hear because that doesn't fit the narrative.
Right, but they heard it, but they damn sure didn't.
He just freaked out. No, nobody just freaks out. This is built up anger over years and years and years. And if you go into detail, I mean, I don't want to say too much, but
I understand.
If you go to the babysitter too, she actually said that that house was a mess, that Shanann would be mad for how messy it was. But yet, when Chris gets home, all he's doing is cleaning everything. So I wonder if they turned that whole house upside down like they did with The Office. And that's what the babysitter was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I have two scenarios, possibilities to that office. One is basically what you're saying, Dave. You know, another is that it was ransacked on purpose to make it look like a staged kidnapping or something.
Right.
You know, so that I don't know, but there is a reason that office was so ransacked. Did the cops do it, or was it done purposely by Chris and someone else?
Yeah, because that sucker was a mess.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely wasn't Shanann. There was no
Mm-mm.
Shanann vibes in that office. It was tore all to hell.
Somebody was looking for something.
Yeah,
It was like that before, because when you see Coonrod walking in first time, it's a mess. So I don't think whatever happened to that office happened after the fact, you know?
Well, I don't necessarily mean after the fact. My other theory goes that it could have happened before Chris left that morning. Well, let's just tear this office all to hell and make it look like a kidnapping. You know, someone broke in.
And have you seen what bills and credit card statements? All from May, April, May, nothing else. April, May, March.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad's credit card statement where she calculated something on it. Something was up there. Something wasn't right.
I never noticed that, though. It was just those months I didn't notice that. Really? So it was March, April, and May. Huh. That's interesting. I never noticed that.
Same time she talked to that divorce lawyer. Same time they took the 10 grand out of Chris's 401k. It's all that time. It always comes back to that time frame.
It does. There was a lot going on right there.
Mhm.
And Cindy even told me some things that was going on in February. So if you take that into consideration, with March is when all this shit started falling all to hell. What happened in February that I was told that I will not talk about is a damn high likely, right? Because when you start in March with all the hell and then she leaves just a few months later, I do think it, I don't know if I want to call it a trial separation, but I think it was something similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do. And I do believe Chris was living in that basement.
Oh, yeah.
For a while.
Definitely.
For a while, possibly since February, like I was told. You know, it's a likely. Even NK said that he had been living in there a while. And that's one of the things that I do believe her, you know, that he told her.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the big discussions that comes up with Chris Miller.
True enough. True enough. That's true.
You know, because he was going to these different conventions just with Shanann. So.
Yeah. Well, Wendy, one of her friends in North Carolina, said I mean, that was the situation. I mean,
that
she
you have
said
Shanann and
they were
Chris
getting a
Miller and
divorce.
his mom looking at houses too in North Carolina.
Oh yeah, his mom was with them in what, San Diego? Was that right? San Diego?
Yes.
That Chris Miller, that her Thrive friend, right?
Yes.
They all say that he's the dad of Nico and Cece and whatnot.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the talk when I was last on YouTube. That whole Chris Miller and fathering these two kids, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, sure, there's a resemblance with Cece and him, of course. There is. I mean, there's not much denying it, but Cece also resembles Shanann. You know, it's
Yeah.
hard to tell sometimes with kids, you know, on that. Now, that said, Nico, I'm not saying any that Chris was the dad or nothing like that, but there was something up with Nico. And I'm
Mhm.
not even talking about who the dad is. I'm talking about, one, was he alive? I mean, Sandy, why would she have even said that on Dr. Phil, that people was saying he wasn't alive? I'd never heard no one say that myself until we just started digging it. And Nelly's actually the one that was like, this ultrasound looks weird, you know. And when we started digging into that, that's when we was like, and then we went into the discovery and we saw where this little clinic wanted to talk to the investigators.
Mhm.
Odd. Okay, this is odd to me. We also put in, okay, Shanann didn't have any prenatal treatment until after she got this 3D ultrasound. Then she made an appointment with the doctor. So we were kind of just putting things together. And from my experience with my daughter, I don't know. My mind went in a completely different direction. Maybe he wasn't alive, you know. And then hearing Sandy say, people were saying he wasn't alive. Why would she say that? Because I had never heard that until we started putting stuff together. Had y'all ever heard that?
Mm-mm.
I mean, we had heard it could be Chris Miller's. It wasn't. We had heard all that jazz. But have we really heard he wasn't alive? I hadn't. But then after we put all that together and I re-listened to her, I was like, oh shit, you know, who was
It was
telling her this? Who
it
was
was
saying
not a
it?
coffin birth.
Oh, definitely not. No,
No.
no. Um, so who was saying that? Because Sandy said it. You know, she told Dr. Bill people were saying he wasn't alive. Who was people? I never saw that. I never
Ain't
heard
neither.
that. I did hear a million times, was it Chris's, you know, but not that. I guess the first time I heard it on Dr. Phil, it just kind of ran off my back and I didn't even really pay any attention to it. But then after
Isn't
we
that
put all that
episode
together, I was
gone
like,
now?
whoa. Um, I've heard it is, some of it.
Yeah, they took out the episode where the Rusick said that the mistress was involved 100%. And then he also got rid of that lengthy podcast that he did on the Watts, too.
Yeah. And why, I mean, the thing of it is why, and okay, let me just throw out a disclaimer here. I'm not defending Chris, y'all, okay? Anybody out there listening, this is not a defense of Chris. This is pure curiosity. Why, if they have the DNA, why not show it to the other set of grandparents?
Why not show the last message of Chris where he said to NK, I didn't hurt my family, Nikki. You know, just release that message and then we know she has
Yeah.
nothing to do with anything. And
Yeah.
regarding the Ruseks, they do step B before they do step A. Always.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And her statement on, well, that's my opinion, but her statement on, oh, people say he wasn't alive is because she probably knew in her little head that people will dig into this and people will find out that something's wrong. And people will also find out that there is no DNA test.
Yeah, I don't think there is. I
No.
just don't. And I'm not calling the Ruseks a liar. And I get it. I mean, you'll hear the other side going, I can't even say the other side. We're not a side. We're in the middle looking for the truth. We ain't a side. But when you hear them say, well, they don't know the what's a damn thing, I get that. I do. I totally get that. They don't owe him a damn thing. But looks to me like they would want to say, okay, look, it was Chris's. Here you go. I mean, what's the problem?
Exactly.
I mean, they're begging for seeing this. They're literally begging, is that really my grandson, you know? And it's like, well, you just going to have to believe me. I ain't showing you nothing. I just don't get that.
Well, in order to release that, they would have to release the whole thing. And if you're looking at Rourke's narrative where Chris was charged with the unlawful termination of a pregnancy. If Nico or the fetus was dead already, he wouldn't be able to charge him with that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
And there again, that goes back to Sandy saying people were saying it wasn't alive. Who in the hell is people? I never heard that. I never heard anyone even question if Nico was alive when that happened until honestly just recently when we was like, wait a minute, you know. And I'm not saying he wasn't alive, but I'll say this, in my opinion, from everything we've looked at and the discovery and this place calling the investigators for no good reason other than there was an issue. I lean so maybe he wasn't. You know, maybe he wasn't. Just saying. As far as him being Chris's, I don't know. I don't believe they were able to get that.
You know, I have a little theory on this. I believe that, you know, Shanann and Chris, they were very, very quiet. They didn't tell their parents, neither did the Watts know nor the Ruseks what was really going on in their lives, right? So what I believe happened is that they probably, I don't know, I don't know, with Nico, they probably did not want, with all that came out afterwards, they probably did not want people to know that, yes, Chris and Shanann had issues for a long, long time. We didn't know anything about it, but it could be possible that they planned a separation earlier on, or they were talking about this and everything came different, or, you know, they just wanted to portray Shanann, obviously every mother does that, as she was such a good mom. It was nothing discussed. There was no indication that he wanted to separate. They were always a good couple, and everything was la-di-da-di. And yeah, that's what I believe, that they
I
did
mean, I
not
agree.
want the
I
public
agree.
to, you know, get into the dark sides.
Yeah. There, I mean, appearance and characters was extremely important to the family. So I agree. I mean,
Most
there was,
definitely.
yeah, there was a lot of stuff
I
that
mean,
was hidden.
they don't owe the public anything, neither
No, they
family,
don't.
right? And to be honest with you, who cares if Nico is not Chris's? Who cares?
Exactly. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, who does care, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
they're protecting an
we
image is what they're doing.
we don't know this family. We don't know. We think we know them because we see those lovey-dovey videos and Chris is everything to me and blah blah blah. But who of you ever put something sad or not so good what happens in their relationship on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Nobody, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
they're pretending. They were just used to pretend, and please don't say a word. Don't say anything to your mom. Don't get my parents involved. You know, that was just their lifestyle.
I agree. I agree. But it was awkward at the end where she was just putting it all out there to her friends. So see there again. I don't know. It's like if something was happening with her, she wanted to vent. You know, she wanted someone to talk to about it or to talk to about it. But I don't know. Everything else was just supposed to be kept behind closed doors. Everyone was supposed to think they were the perfect family with the matching outfits. And when honestly, it was not even a marriage, in my opinion. It was just like, I don't know, like a damn charade all the time. Really.
Yep.
I just don't see, I don't see any family values there.
it wasn't they didn't have equal respect for each other.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know, and people ask themselves, why did he do this? Well, the answer's right there, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah,
Over
exactly.
years and years and years and years, we don't know what's going on. We only have maybe 2% of what was really going on between them.
Maybe. Yeah. And I do believe that the Rusak family knows more about their family dynamics. I absolutely do. They lived there almost 2 years. There again, though,
Right.
they don't want that out here either, right?
Yeah.
They don't want the public. Whereas the Watts family, they really didn't know much because they were only twice a year visitors, and they were supposed to think everything was great. That's
Right.
the way I see it.
I think they knew more about their relationship, her family, but the Watts, no. And I can see why, because Chris, and that's just my opinion or my observation, I think he was embarrassed and ashamed. You know, when Cindy and
I did
Ronnie
too.
they told me, you know what, TJ, we didn't even know that they declared bankruptcy. We didn't know this.
Yeah, but the Ruseks did. See, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
See, the Watts family and the Ruseks are completely opposite pages. Like Cindy, for years, that's what she retired doing, a creditor. You know, what was she, like a loan officer, accountant, all this kind of stuff. So she was definitely going to be one of these people. Save your money, do this, do that, live frugally, like that. Whereas the Rusek family, and let's just say we went back a good long way with them, and completely opposite kind of people. That's
Yeah.
all I'm going to say. Completely opposite. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about back when Frankie and Shanann was little as well. And I'm not throwing off on them. I'm just saying they're two completely opposite people. And like you say, Chris was embarrassed
Yeah.
of what had happened in his home. And he just didn't want his parents to know. For one, his dad would be like, son, what the hell are you doing? And his mom would be on his ass, son, what in the hell are you doing? You know better than this.
Right. We taught you better than that.
Yeah. But then Chris was always whatever Shanann wanted, whatever she said, I'll go with the flow, But
He just didn't know better. Look, he only had one girlfriend or something in high school.
right.
You know,
Right.
he didn't know better, and that's what people need to understand. When he met Nikki, she showed him a completely different life.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about impressing the public. Let's live happily for ourselves and how,
Exactly. Yeah. And this is something I mean, I don't like her.
I get it. I get it,
This
TJ.
is something
But it
really
is what it
quite different
is.
because that's just my impression I have. You know,
Yeah.
he grew more confident. He confided in her a lot. He told her that Shanann didn't like him to work out. Shanann got mad, and that has just something to do with equal and mutual respect, in my opinion, and that just wasn't there.
True. And when you go to talking about that side of the situation in this whole case, that is when you start getting attacked. People start saying, "Oh, you love Chris. Oh, you're defending Chris." No,
Come on.
we're not. We're just telling you the damn facts here. Chris, a lot of people say, "Oh, he was mama's baby." Hell to the no, he wasn't. Hell to the no. He was mean to his mom, man. And no, he didn't need to be with his mom and dad. Hell, he was out of school. He left, graduated, left, never went back. He was paying for his own apartment, had money saved, bought him a car. And I'm going to stop right there because people's going to start saying, I am defending Chris when I damn sure am not. I'm just telling you the truth.
But how much money did he have in his bank account and a brand new car almost paid off before he met Shanann?
Oh, yeah. His car would have been paid off. And, okay, he got it in 7, brand new. Car loan's 5 years? So it would have been paid off in 12. And he did end up paying it off. But then again, he swapped it in as a down payment on the Lexus.
Then he had, what was it, 24 grand in his bank account, but he ended up giving that to Shanann when he moved in with her.
He gave her 12 when
Was
he
it
moved
12?
in, and he
Okay.
bought a ring that costed 12. He bought her a
That's
ring.
right. Sorry.
Yeah, he bought her a ring, but she didn't like it, and so they went back. Now, this is what I was told. And then they went back to another jeweler, took that ring back, and she picked out that one she had that was $12,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she didn't like the one that he picked out originally and gave her. She wanted something better. And no, I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you the truth.
Are you getting attacked because you guys talking about being attacked, getting attacked?
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
for
time.
sure. All the time. Good Lord. Being reported for nudity. for
Yes.
showing a bankruptcy record.
Dave, wasn't that in the group, in the Facebook group, where you posted her video and she got reported or something?
Yeah, 2 videos. Yeah, they suspended me for 30 days.
God. This is nuts. This is really
Well,
crazy.
the last live that Kimberly did, I bet you wasn't 10 minutes into it, and they had already took her video and hid it. So she had to go
Yeah.
back in and repost it again. So
Yeah, this one
God.
will probably be the same way. We get a lot of that. But listen, if it is, y'all just know that I'll have it back up as soon as I can. Because once they look at it, they'll see there's nothing there's no nudity here.
They should not waste their energy of attacking YouTube creators or what. They should aim their anger towards people who are not thoroughly investigating, because these are the people they should be trusting. So they
Exactly.
should aim their anger towards those people and not to people who try to find stuff out and recover the truth and state their opinion. Right?
Yeah,
well, that
exactly.
depends. If they don't want a different narrative coming out, then yeah, they're going to be mad and try to shut you down.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Hot Ham Radio, to Team Unjustified.
Thank you so much for the extra support to the channel. Yeah, this there's a lot going on lately. Some channels are just not even there anymore. I don't really know what's going on with them, but I don't know. But that's kind of why we've been laying low with that. We haven't been bringing out other things yet, but I did think the whole theory video would be very interesting. And we're going to be having, of course, TJ's documentary coming up pretty soon, as soon as she can.
Yeah.
And make sure you're wearing your pull-ups when you watch it.
Exactly. There's a lot coming, y'all, but we just happen to do
Hey,
it as we can.
too high expectations, yeah.
Yeah, we're just
Well,
having
you're
to,
actually bringing forward stuff that other people has overlooked. So
Yeah, I mean, it's not an opinion-based documentary, to be honest. It's just facts. What's in the discovery? And yeah, in the end, I will give my conclusion. But as far as opinions, no, that's totally, completely opinion-free.
that you're talking about having a little live afterwards too, like the following week or whenever you have time.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't say now because I don't want to put a timestamp on it.
Right.
Because then I have to probably disappoint a few people again, and I don't want this. But I just want to make this right, and I have high expectations of myself, and yeah, this is just the way I am.
and that's great. Thank you so much, Hot Ham. We appreciate it. Yeah, we really did. We were just talking today and decided to do this live because people's wondering what's going on. And nobody's talking about Watts anymore. And there for a while, it was just all over the place. Well, I hope we was able to let you know why. Um, we were going to do a video and just show some of the comments that we've been getting, but we was like, yeah, no, it's not even worth it, you know.
Well, I had a few, I don't know if you know it, but I'm not publicizing anything I get, and I get a lot of hate mail, but I also, well, most of them are nice mails, and yeah, I would say out of 100%, maybe 5% hate mails. But I did show something live on screen, and that really, really pissed me off. Sorry for swearing on your channel.
Oh no, I get it.
I've been called many, many names. I've been
Yep.
called, we had World War II here in Germany, pretty, and I was called this guy's name, and
Oh yeah.
horrific. I mean, yeah, and for what? For what?
Yeah, exactly. I know. I mean, one of my favorite ones is, do you think you could have investigated it better? Are you an investigator? I just want to say, actually, hell yes, I am.
Yeah.
I mean, do you need my license number? You know, because they'll pull that out there. Do you think you're not an investigator? Well, there's where you're wrong.
Well, that was pretty, I would say, nice to say, because Rourke, the DA, the God himself, calls us POSs.
Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well,
I
in
wouldn't
that,
call them journalists or investigators or keyboard warriors. They are pieces of S, he said.
really, when did he say this? Because I would love to enlighten him
All
of who I
comes in my
am.
documentary.
Oh, I'm very excited to see that because I would love to enlighten him about who I am, who Dave is, and even Nelly's background. So yeah, I
Yeah,
would
he's a bit
love to
arrogant,
enlighten him on
in my
that.
opinion. And yeah,
I mean,
I only release documents I want to release. Yeah, all right.
yeah, yeah.
We'll find out.
What about the deputy he had? You know, that killed his wife, and proof. Even his other deputies testified against this guy that yeah, he killed her. But imagine that he was acquitted.
Whoa,
Yeah.
wait. What?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll get Dave to tell you all about it, but you damn right. Even the deputies testified against this guy, the other cop. But somehow Rourke got him acquitted. Sure
Oh,
did.
wow.
Sure did. And his wife that he murdered shot her in that wasn't it in the head so many
Shot her in the
times.
head.
It was bad. Um, even though the evidence was laid out there, everything, he was acquitted. He walked. That's one
Oh,
of the only cases that
I
Rourke
did,
actually took to trial.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Sure enough, I'll get Dave to tell you all about it. It's pretty interesting. I actually put it in one of my videos.
Oh, wow. Yeah, please send that to me, Dave.
Yeah, it's the
I'll
powerhouse
see if I can
video.
find it.
What was it? What did I name it, Dave? The Colorado powerhouses.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
Oh yeah,
I'll
you
take a look
watch
though.
that. There is a lot of corruption there, lots of it, and I damn well exposed it. It got hit. It got hit, but when it was looked at,
Obviously, it got hit.
yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah, it got hit. But they looked at it manually, and they was like, well, yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. So
Yeah.
it's out there. It's out there.
Oh, it sucks to be Rourke, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's not the good old guy everybody thinks he is.
You know, when he said that we are POSs, I was like, if it wasn't for YouTube creators and keyboard warriors, you wouldn't have known that there was a child walking out, and a shadow of a child.
Exactly. I
So
mean, you know.
Just
You wouldn't have had Chris giving you that second confession either,
yeah.
because Chris wouldn't have had that confession, right? The shadow would have never been known. I mean, we would still be on the first confession. And I do believe that's why there was a second confession, is because of those shadows.
Yeah.
I really do. They had to get something because the shadows was already out there in public. Plus, not to mention, they wanted Shanann's name cleared. They said that.
So
Yeah, I think that was the main reason, is to clear her name.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do believe many things, but I don't, honestly, you guys, I do not believe that she did anything to her children. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, that was part of the reason for that second confessions, to clear her name, the public knowing about the shadows, as well as to kind of seal Rourke's theory,
Mm-hmm.
if you will, with the public, because there was so many questions out there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that video I made with all of these attorneys that were on TV after the sentencing, raising hell about the way Rourke handled this. It's a really good video too if you haven't seen that one. It's there's several prominent attorneys, defense attorneys, going, he can't even do that. It's not even legal. You've got to have why. He should have told the whole story before the judge allowed him this deal.
They are by law allowed to lie.
Yes.
They are, but at the same time, and before he can give him this deal and the judge can accept this deal, then the judge has to have the full story and the full truth, not just a weak ass, yes, sir, I accept the charges, because that is leaving no answers. There's no justification there. It's just, yeah, I did it. There's nothing else. I mean, it's not even legal to do it that way.
Right. If the judge would have read the discovery, then he would have seen that this is totally in the wrong order, first of all.
Exactly. Well, the judge was denying every damn motion that the defense was handing them. The defense was wanting swabs and fingernail clippings and trace evidence from necks, where these people said they can definitely pull the trace evidence. I don't know how, but they said they could.
Yeah, I because you say that, I recently saw, oh God, I have to look again, where I found somebody, it's an expert on DNA, and he said, on YouTube actually,
Mm-hmm.
and he was interviewed by some YouTube creator, but he's a big one. I think he does psychology and stuff like that. Oh
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't remember his name. And he said, yeah, it's absolutely possible, even though you have a body in water or stuff like that. It's absolutely possible to get trace DNA, no problem.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. There was a news clip where they literally interviewed this guy that was going to take the trace evidence in this case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't remember if it's on this channel or the one that was deleted, but I had the video. And the news clip, the guy was saying, yes, I absolutely can. And he was showing other cases where he had done it before, from people being in water for so long. He was still able to get trace evidence of the on the kid's neck. Because Chris's defense team wanted swabs, wanted anything under Shanann's fingernails, and the judge denied that. The judge also denied the defense, anyone in the defense being present during the autopsies.
Right. And then he said, I give you a 24 or 48-hour notice. The prosecution has to inform the defense 48 hours before the autopsy took place. And they didn't even do that.
No.
Yeah, it didn't happen. But
next day, 10 o'clock, autopsy was set.
Well, yeah, but during that, there was a motion for them to be there, and they was like, "No, you can." He denied it. He denied it. And every time the defense team put out a motion, it was only minutes later Rourke came back with a rebuttal to the motion, and every one of Rourke's was accepted and granted, and every one of the defense was denied.
It's crazy. Have you ever heard of a case where when an autopsy is performed, the whole CBI and all the police officers and God knows who attends? I haven't.
No, I mean, they
There were
can
like
ask,
15
they can
people.
motion. Yeah, they can motion for one or two to be there, but it's not like the whole damn team's there.
Have you seen
And
the list?
then
16
to
people
deny
were
the
present.
defense, straight out deny the defense.
Yeah,
That's
they straight out denied the defense, but Tommy Lee was there, and who else was there? Baumover
oh
and
my
God knows
goodness.
who,
Oh yeah.
you
Oh
know?
yeah. I mean, it's like they had a family reunion in there.
Yeah.
The prosecution team, I mean, it's the truth. And then the defense, they was like, nope, you can't go in there. None of you can go in there. Like,
Yeah, but
why?
everyone else can.
Yeah, why?
I think it was because of the credentials of their lead investigator, because he was more or less, what do you want to call him? Everything that he did was all self-taught. So the judge wasn't recognizing anything that he had accomplished.
Yes, Jen, everything was denied. I do have a playlist on here, motions in the Chris Watts case. I didn't get them all put out there, but that one's in there. For sure. That one's in there. It's all in their own playlist.
I'll post that one again too.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. When I was doing it, and it was early on, I was like, wow, like Rourke just comes right behind him every time. It's like the judge, hey, they filed a motion, I denied it, go ahead and file one, and I can, yeah, it's just weird.
It absolutely is. Disgusting.
It is. There's so much wrong with this case, and then people's like, it was fully investigated. Okay, wrong. No, it wasn't. Like,
But
it
was it?
wasn't. It wasn't even investigated at all.
Was it investigated by the FBI?
Now,
And it's
okay,
just that
okay,
they're
let
not
me back
releasing-
up. Let me back up.
That's my opinion.
Let me back up. It was
The
investigated.
FBI doesn't have to publicize anything.
Right. Because as far as like Rourke, and I think FBI knows exactly what took place. It's just they're not sharing it with the public, period.
FBI didn't even know what CBI was doing and vice versa.
Right.
Because they are
I
actually
know
not working together.
FBI didn't want to tell CBI anything after
Exactly.
Tammy Lee went and blabbed her mouth off on Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. But like
And
I say,
for that, they should have declared if she that's I don't even know what they should have declared, but for this,
yeah.
she should have been charged with something.
Yes.
Mhm.
Especially
Oh,
when
absolutely.
he only said that he only
not
killed
promoting.
Shanann. He never killed the girls. So why go into a Facebook group and why phone Sandy or Frankie and say that he confessed to all of it?
Yeah, but we don't know if she did call them. All we
How
know
else
is
would they
that
know at 12:08 in the
Warren
morning?
Arnold's statement.
Right.
Somebody told her.
At 12:08 though, there was a Facebook that Frankie was in saying that he killed everybody. And that's when when Chris was being processed. So who else could have told them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you didn't see that one?
I saw something, but it was timestamp wise. I don't know.
Yeah, we did a live on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, send me
Yep.
that as well, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12:08.
Mhm.
Frankie has it in Facebook.
Yeah,
that
and
he
a lot
killed
of
them
people's
all.
like, wait a minute.
12:08, what time and who
Colorado.
screenshot
Okay.
though?
Yeah, well,
12:08 in the
Colorado is
morning.
2 hours difference, but it was 12:08 their time. Okay, that is when he
Okay.
posted it. Was 12:08 their time.
Wow.
Yeah, when this case first started on August the 13th, let's be honest, they were. I mean, I've never saw in my life a missing person case be hit as hard as this one was. Like they were all over it, right? You can't say they weren't investigating the hell out of this case from the second. Okay, they were. They were knocking on doors, throwing out flyers, blocking roads with flyers. I mean, it
Getting
was
search warrants.
crazy. Yeah, I've never FBI already involved, man, that fast.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to kids, they always get involved. But
Not that fast, man. Not to that point.
Yeah. But what I'm asking myself is, and this is when the FBI comes into play, when they did the bolo, and they first thought that the girls are with Shanann, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why did they put out a bolo of missing and endangered?
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
You know?
All of that was like boom, right?
Yeah. And because
Crazy.
it's endangered, you know, that's when the FBI gets involved. But
Well, how come the gang unit was actually involved too?
What's that?
The gang unit was involved too.
Yeah.
But let's remember, 8 o'clock, August the 15th, everything stopped.
Yeah.
Yep.
Think about it. Everything stopped at that point. All of this hardcore investigation stopped. Who did they talk to at 8 o'clock, August the 15th? Nicole Kessinger.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, August the 15th, drones were flying Serby.
Yep.
While
And
Chris,
they were moving stuff without a search warrant.
yeah, while Chris
Well,
was
she
still
said-
just
She said,
talking to Tammy.
I found two things in her interview recently. First thing is Colbeck saying, remember we talked about this before we started to record.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the second thing is she is saying, yeah, I know they were talking about something I can't remember. And then she says, Colbeck went like, yeah, you will have to talk about this with the DA. And she says, yeah, I'm working with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
So on the
Yeah,
15th,
imagine
I'm
that.
working with them. Hello? Did
Mhm.
we miss something?
Oh yeah, we're a effing team. Remember?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How are you a team if you're just being questioned?
And she's getting all these victims' rights as to Cindy and Ronnie. They had to apply to the courts to be even called a victim.
Yeah.
Exactly. They can't nobody tell me, and I don't give a damn, that Nicole Kessinger did not speak with FBI before the on the record Majestic Park interview. She absolutely did, in my opinion, because they went straight to Serby, kept Chris and his dad there at the police department. He even called Chris that morning. What time you think you're going to be here? Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But the night before, he just said, okay, well, when you pick him up, just come on over. But then, why was he calling him? What time you think you're going to be here? I'll tell you why I think so. Is so they could have Nicole out of there before he got there.
Right.
Thank you so
Many
much,
Moons,
Many
for the-
Moons.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. More than you know.
Does anybody have any questions? I thought both you ladies were on a timestamp. One had to go get ready for work, I believe, and the other one had to go pick up their granddaughter.
Yeah, I've got to go here in about 5 minutes. So, yeah, does anybody got any questions? Nelly, TJ, you got anything else you need to add in here?
No, I'm waiting for those links now. I want to watch that your video.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much,
Believe
TJ,
that I missed this.
for coming up on panel.
Yes,
No
very
problem
much
at all.
appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
And we're just looking forward to this documentary. God, I can't wait to see it.
Oh God, I don't even wanna announce it. People must think, oh my God.
No, I think most of them
Yeah.
understand, TJ. Surely they understand because this case isn't just, there's too much to it. You can't just, there's too many.
And
I got two theories myself,
just every time when you go through it, you find so much more.
Absolutely. You really do.
You have certain things in the back of your head, and then you read something, and then I think, this does match to this and that,
Yeah,
and then I overhaul the whole thing. Yeah, but I
exactly.
think I set myself too much under pressure because I
Yeah.
have great people around me and great subscribers, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just so curious if it's going to at all, and I think it will, go into one of my theories, especially whatever this new thing y'all
It's not
found.
new. It was always there, but like I said, it's hard to convince me. And when
I'm the
I
same
saw
way.
that, I was like, "Oh my God." Literally, "Oh my God."
Wow.
See, the
This
problem I'm
blows
running
everything
into,
out of the water for me.
you have about 40% of the people that are coming into the Watts case that only watch the Netflix. They never
That's
watched everything else
that's
that we watch. So we're
terrible.
liars. you know?
That's
But no,
terrible.
when you're taking the time to actually go through things and you're not going to do a peel and stick like I seen some of these discoveries that they're supposed to be a documentary, but all they're doing is taking clips from here, there, and all over the place, and it's stuff
Yeah,
that we've already seen, so it's
and
not really a documentary.
totally according to the narrative as well. And
Right.
so sided. Always so can they not be, if I do a documentary, I gotta be neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? If I do a documentary, I wanna they do those documentaries not for education or to make people aware. They do documentaries for entertainment, and that's sad.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
It really is. I agree. And anybody that is in true crime knows documentaries are almost always one-sided.
Mm-hmm.
And whether it's purposely done or just because you are only talking to one side, who knows? But you cannot take them as 100% because they're not.
Right.
They just aren't.
Especially not
Um,
in this case.
exactly. Now, I'm not saying don't watch the Netflix. I mean, it's worth the watch, but don't make your damn opinions and theories on just that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Like there's several books written about the Watts case. My personal opinion, The Perfect Father hits it better
Yeah.
than any book out there.
Yeah.
People say it's a biased book. It is not.
No, it's
It
not, because
is not.
John Glatt spoke to both families and to friends for
Yes.
18 months. He did
Yes.
nothing other than interviewing people in their inner circle.
Exactly. And he has interviews that no one else got. When I talked to
Right.
him, when I talked to John Gladd about doing my synopsis, he thanked me. He listened to it,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all just don't know the hell he went through because of that book. I can show you the emails he sent me saying, it almost ruined him as a true crime author. He got threats. He was got so much hate. It was horrific, saying that he was being biased, and he was not. And so anyone that thinks that book is biased is just damn flat wrong.
Right.
And not to mention, he's a very nice guy. Very
He is.
nice guy. He's from England. He
Yeah.
traveled all the way over here, man, just to do the book.
I have all his books. He's my favorite writer, true crime.
Mine too. Hands down. Hands down my favorite. Used to be Anne Rule, but let me tell you, she kind of is a bit winded with her books. I do like Anne Rule, but she does talk a bit too much about the sceneries and the towns. I mean, in my opinion, I'm one of these that just likes to get into the damn case. I don't care about the population and the wind and this. I don't know. That's me though.
we write a book too. Come on, Kim.
Yeah, true enough. Okay, well, if nobody has any questions, Nelly, are you still with us, honey? A lot of times she dozes because of her
Falls asleep.
medication. Yeah, because
Yeah.
of her medication. She tries, but it's hard for her.
Well, she's not
Especially,
snoring tonight.
yeah. Well, I mean, especially after she's had chemo this week, and
Yeah.
Aw,
it,
get better, Nelly.
yeah, it takes a lot out of her. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, and
Thank
all the
you for having
moderators,
us.
and thanks so much, TJ, for joining us and letting us know
No
about this
problem.
documentary that
I'm
we're
going
all on
back to bed
edge
now.
for. Yeah, all right, on. And Dave, thank you as always for just being Dave.
Uh-huh. All right,
So,
thank you.
all
Have a
right,
good night.
everyone. I hope you all have a great night. And until next time, this is Unjustified. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave us a comment below on your thoughts of this video. And until next time, this is Unjustified.